Shit. Fuck. Right. Don't have bought it because Windows 10 decided to dunk on Tommy real quick. 1 second, folks. I have to do the tweet manually. I hope that's right. Yep, good. No bot, which means there's no bot in chat at the moment, which means no commands work, so don't use commands at the moment. Anyway, hello, Internet! We're gonna start a Civ 6 game we're gonna do for a while on the Saturday pre-shows. Alright, that feels right.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Mother Earth has many gifts for you, King Mbemba and Singa. Your people know the dense woods and rainforests as their homes and glide through them with ease. Great also are the gifts that come from travelers of distant lands. Keep an open mind, for the inspiration of the open world will let our people create art with power and majesty.
We're gonna automate exploration of wherever we can at the moment. Fine. There's Scout, and... Sorry to turn late, because I didn't want to lose wood, but oh well. I guess we're losing wood. That's a desert. There's some fish. Bananas.
Reconnaissance units like scouts are unique.
I know. It's been a while since I played a Civ game. I've had Civ 5 forever, but it's been forever since I played it, so... Gonna be... probably relearning a few things.
If there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went.
Hmm.
Organisms don't think of CO2 as a
Ooh,
poison.
Great Barrier Reef.
Plants and organisms that make shells, coral, think of it as a building block.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Don't know if that particularly helps us at the moment or not, but keep exploring. We might find someone just yet. Or we might be on an island, who knows?
Enacting new policies in our government can be of great benefit. Our people await your decree.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
Alright, we definitely want this. We'll go with this. Or, no. Go this. Make building stuff a little easier. Well, we don't really have anyone around us, so trade wouldn't really help us at the moment.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning, creating districts in our city.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius, and we're skeptical.
I believe that was a barbarian right there. Another scout. Builder. Builder and settler. Well, there's his base.
clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
Alright, research. Get mining. Just go ahead and go to the base for me.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship, and gives us many useful objects, such as wood.
Ooh, towards builders, I'll take that. Ah, there's one there. Okay. Am I just on an island?
Who deserves more credit than the wife of a coal miner?
Well, we are on an island. Heck damn it. I don't need their builder. Alright, that counts down.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose.
People we got, heck damn it.
Your Grace, we have obtained greater knowledge in the art of building static fortifications. Building walls around our cities will not only make them stronger against a foreign invader.
When wasteful war shall statue... Bravery.
1 second, folks.
Being the only one who knows you're afraid.
Alright, I'm back. Scout held his ground.
Bronze is the mirror of the form, wine of the mind.
Alright, research. What do we got? Oh, that didn't work.
Over the past.
Alright, let's take these guys out. They can be done and out of the way.
It is not that life ashore is distasteful to me.
There's a scout.
From the height of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us.
I got the pyramids built for anyone else. Nice. I will take that.
It is equally important to have a happy ending. The man who has grit enough to bring about the afforestation or the irrigation of a country is not less worthy of honor than its conqueror.
My liege, we have an envoy at our disposal. We can use the envoy to gain favor with the city-state.
May the forces of evil become... I like to say I practice military.
Oh, there goes Scout. Alright, let's be rid of this barbarian camp.
The poets have been mysteriously silent on the subject of cheese.
That is a very weird quote. Okay. What?
Writing is easy. All you have to do is cross out the wrong words.
I wish that was the case.
My liege, we are beginning to attract the attention of the great people of the world. Of course, there are other leaders vying for
Well,
their
we're going
attention
long.
too. The more specialized districts we construct, the more...
Get rid of that warrior. Don't super need it at the moment.
horse is spiritually as well as physically bigger than a man on foot.
Give me that wheel.
Harald Sigurðarson stendur fyrir þér. Aldrei var víkingur slík landsnja lagar. Ertu hræddur?
The opportunity has arrived for a change into a new and more powerful system of government.
Politics is the art of the possible, the attainable.
Let's see. I want that. Let's go with that. Wait, a wild card. Ooh. About there. Actually, no, I'll build... whoop. There. I'll probably be a little better.
Our city-state neighbors have made a request of us.
Nos somos Felipe, rey de España y Portugal. Empero, por encima de todo, somos fieles devotos de la única y verdadera religión.
I got a little bigger map now. Oh, you have a city-state quest for me. Harbor District, okay.
In addition to bringing riches to our civilization, this trade route will gradually develop roads between our cities. Roads allow...
Bom dia. É uma honra conhecê-lo pessoalmente. Parece que mentes brilhantes...
We're slowly getting introduced to everybody else in the game.
Don't reinvent the wheel. Just realign it.
Builder.
Sjór þinn varnarlaus, vinnur minn. Árás væri auðveldaverk.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
People who cannot find time for recreation.
Oh my god. I'll stop there. Okay, thanks, Mr. Viking's son. Person, you. Okay. Fuck off now. Slowly chip away at the turns now.
If it's natural to kill, how come men have to go into training to learn how?
Okay, cool. Goodbye. do? I did nothing. Alright, goodbye.
We are, by the grace of God, Victoria, Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. And soon, dare I say, the Empire.
And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
Go currency. I can get hang gardens in time. Oh well.
Wealth consists not in having great possessions,
Our civilization's dedication to military affairs has given rise to a great general among our troops. When used wisely in the field, generals can change.
I go to sleep till I need you. Ah, there's another new person.
今汝之来也，其欲观秦国山川之盛，寡人乃秦之主也。
That the last player? Nope, one more. Nope, two more actually are missing.
man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun.
Get an envoy in every city-state I have access to at the moment.
You tread on dangerous waters in the face of England and her loyal colonies.
Okay, cool. Goodbye. My god, I am still landlocked. I can go nowhere.
One man's magic is another man's engineering.
I like that one. Okay, cool. Why do they hate me so? I've done nothing. Calm down. Sirs. Sirs. Oh, shit. I fucked up the deal because I was clicking on stuff. Oh well.
I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened.
it's 260. I'm at 242. To be fair, I'm still working on that. Calm down.
Everything has its limit. Iron ore cannot be educated into gold.
All the Mark Twain quotes.
This writer has been inspired by our civilization and comes to our lands to create great works of writing. I suggest we find
From the light came light, and from the dark came darkness.
No. No, I'm not giving you gold. No, I'm not giving you gold. No!
Time rolls ever forward without a pause. The seasons cycle through.
No. I'm not giving you my great works.
Invincibility lies in the defense.
Our dedication to the ways of science has attracted a great scientist to our civilization. I am certain we will be able to use them to benefit future.
Os seus melhores engenheiros e arquitetos seriam mais felizes em um lugar onde pudessem crescer. No Brasil, por exemplo.
Alright, sir. Keep. Oh my god. Oh, I don't have a campus yet. Go to sleep for now. No. You're not getting it. No. Not giving it up.
There is nothing but a plank between a sailor and it.
Give me that math. No. I'm not getting it. I refuse to give it up.
Mikill skipaafli. Það fagur sjón.
No.
Nei.
A good navy is not a provocation to war. It is the surest guarantee of peace.
grüße euch, Geselle. Ich bin Kaiser Friedrich.
Ah, found the
Ich
Germans.
herrsche über deutsche und welsche Lande, über Burgund und manche mehr. Ich weiß wohl, dass auch ihr kundgeherrschen mit rechter Gewalt.
If I were again beginning my studies,
Let's start that route. You go off exploring. No. Can't have it. Well, we found a barbarian camp. What's your quest? Industrial Zone District, okay. Probably should get a settler at some point and find a good place to settle. Probably somewhere off in here. No. Oh, that would be why, okay. It's like, well, you have more wonders than they did. Oh, that's why. No! I don't wanna! Leave me alone! Give me what I want. No!
the natural history of this archipelago is very remarkable.
Galapagos Islands,
It
nice.
seems to be a little world within itself. It's all papers and forms. The entire civil service is like a fortress made of papers, forms, and red tape.
Ich verstoре meine Feinde. Und ob ihr ihnen helft, auch ich.
Okay, cool. You do you, man. You do you. No.
The 4 building blocks of the universe are...
Okay, you go there, and that's a campus, and that should give me the Eurekas I'm looking for. Come on back. Well, Scout's dead. Oh well. Sure. Give me gold. Give me free gold. Sure.
Listen, strange women like.
I'm good with the government we have at the moment. Upgrade that unit. Go back out and explore. We'll go with this one. Where do I put you? To use you, you're not usable for some reason. I don't know. Okay, whatever. just have to wait till I get campus in my capital and go from there. My boats! Oh no! My boats!
We have uncovered a way to increase our farming output. To tap into this potential, I suggest we try to maintain 2 adjacent farms to each.
In democracy, it's...
Run away! I guess go sleep until I get a thing up and running. No! I'm not giving up my great works. My boat. Sure. Here. How are you doing? Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, Cleopatra is our last player.
if you see a castle under fog, you must walk there to meet the extraordinary dreams.
Well, there's certainly a lot of barbarians here. Actually...
You can't go around arresting the Thieves Guild. I mean, we'd be at it all day.
Eu mei em rimat shautiu empaiter. Ente kiswa en yimiu yem.
You know what? Fine. No. I'm not getting into a war with someone. No. I don't wanna.
Doubt if you will. Few inventions have been so simple as the stirrup, but few have had so... And being merry and young.
I was about to say, who have I not sent an envoy to? And we got another envoy.
While the Colosseum stands, Rome shall stand. When the Colosseum falls, Rome shall fall. When Rome falls, the world shall fall.
Nope. No, I'm not declaring war on someone. I don't want to declare war on anyone.
Times have changed, and the era of diplomatic delegations has passed. It is important that we now establish embassies with our friends and allies.
A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday, but never remembers her age.
Sjór þinn varnarlaus, vinnur minn. Árás væri auðveldaverk.
Great Admiral. Harbor District. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, good. I didn't miss it.
No, you didn't.
Science intervenes in warfare.
That was loud. Hold on. I gotta readjust. Oh, did my headset... What the hell? Why is the PC acting like there's a game up? Stop! Oh, because of the War Thunder thing. There we go. Alright, can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, say something.
Something.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so is goal today what's the plan for today? Today is City of Mist, right?
No.
Since last week.
No.
No.
No. TGS this week. Off week, remember.
Oh fuck, that's right. I'm losing my mind. I swear. Oh, what are you playing at the moment?
Civ 6. I thought we would be done by now, but doing TGS, but Tommy is running late for reasons he will get back to me at some point. No, I'm not declaring war on people. Fuck off.
So shitty. 1 second, I'll be back. There we go. That's better.
Sure.
Do I sound robotic?
Do what?
Do I sound robotic? Because you don't sound robotic, which is a huge plus on my end.
You sound fine.
Cool. I have not really launched my computer at all since I borrowed my little cousin's PlayStation, since he's been playing Xbox so much. He was like, here, you're letting me borrow your hard drive. You can borrow the PlayStation. And then he gave me Last of Us and Spider-Man. And since those were the two that I wanted to play. And I beat Spider-Man. I'm working on the DLC. Last of Us pissed me off. So,
why did Last of Us piss you off?
Because the way the clickers work is insanely fucking stupid. Being someone who has played many different games with many different forms of AI, the fact that you pretty much... Okay, do you know that first area where you first meet a clicker?
It has been super long since I played Last of Us, but probably.
It's where you, Ellie, and... whatever the fuck her name is. Your other compadre, or whatever the fuck you want to call her, go into the building, and there's like 5 walkers, or whatever the fuck or infected, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. And then there's the one clicker, and you have to stealth your way and kill all the walkers, and then kill the clicker. Well, I killed all the walkers, went to go try to stealth kill the clicker, and it just fucking screams at me, and next thing I know, I get away from it at first. That's fine. But then I go to try to stealth. I try to stealth kill it, get behind it and kill it, get right up on it to where I'm about to kill it, and it fucking insta kills me, and I'm like, nope, fuck this, I quit. Did not sign on to play a fucking Dark Souls bullshit type of game. So I have taken a step away from that. At the moment, I'm trying to play through the Uncharted series. I've beaten 1, and it was okay. The
Bear in mind, 1 is probably the worst of the series.
it was the climbing and everything was very clunky. It was very easy to fuck up.
1 is
very
jank,
easy.
Bear this in mind. I think 1 is like a very early PS3 title.
Yeah, I mean,
1 is jank.
The story was great. I loved the story, but the climbing was my pet peeve. The gunplay was okay, you know, the other aspects of it were fine, but the climbing, which is one of the main parts of the game, was so fucking clunky. It brought me back to fucking, like, OG Assassin's Creed clunkiness, and I'm like, no. This is the main feature of the game. You've got to make sure it works.
But there's a lot of factors going against Uncharted 1, which is early PS3 title, Naughty Dog's first foray into this style of game. Literally.
Yeah.
No, why does everyone want me to try to kill Frederick II? Fuck off. Leave me alone. And now everybody loves denouncing me for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Yeah, honestly, they really get better over time. 2's really good. Honestly, all of them are really good once you get past the jank of 1.
Yeah, I mean, I got to 2 and I started climbing and I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better. I don't know what they did change-wise to the climbing, but 2 and 1 are like fucking day and night. Like, 2, the climbing is great. I mean, there are some points where I got kind of pissed off because, you know, little tiny shit. But, I mean, I got it. You know, it's an older game, so I got that it wasn't going to have that kind of fluidity. But it's still so much better than 1. Oh my god, I can't tell you how many times I died in 1 just because Nathan jumped off a fucking cliff.
Yep. There's a reason a lot of people just don't go back to 1. If they play anything else from the franchise, it's just like, we're no one got going back to this, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the game because of the story. The story was absolutely wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Like, I say this repeatedly every time, but like, there's a reason, like, Insomniac Games, Naughty Dog, and Sucker Punch are like the core 3 Sony developers for the longest time because they all did really good work.
Right.
Like, there's a reason that they kind of defined the PlayStation 2 for a little while with what they did for platformers. All 3 of them at the same time.
Right.
I've got a Ninja Turtle!
Inspired by our civilization. And as
You do get fun once you get to... I'm trying to remember when they introduced multiplayer.
It's not in 2, so it's probably
it was 3 then.
3.
Yeah. Multiplayer is kind of fun for Uncharted. I'm not sure how well supported it is at the moment, but it was fun.
I think I just like I
Petra is a brilliant
I have a
display of man's art
problem
history,
with the
turning
Uncharted
barren rock
series,
into majestic
but
wonder.
it's mainly because there are so many references they could make throughout all the games.
Mm-hmm.
2 almost completely ignores all of the events of 1.
Well, there's a reason why. It's because we kind of just want to go, oh yeah, 1 happened, but we don't need you to play that one to just move on.
I understand that, but at the same time, in 2, some weird shit starts happening, and Nathan's like, what? Weird shit? How is that possible? And I'm just like, you had a basic full-on zombie apocalypse because of a mummified corpse and a golden idol in 1, and you think this is weird?
Look, when it happens once and only once, you're like, oh, okay, that just happened. Okay, that's not gonna happen again. But when it happens a second time, it's fuck. Damn it. Now I have terrible luck, don't I? I'm just gonna, this is my life now, isn't it?
And when
look,
he sat there and spoilers for the early Uncharted games, if anyone cares. When he sat there and when you get to Tibet in 2 and you're talking to the guy who can't speak English, and at one point Nathan finally just gives up and just assumes what he's saying based off of the way he's using his body language.
Yep.
and they reach the end of the expedition and they find all the dead bodies, and he's like, what? These are Nazis? What? And it's like, again, zombies! You met zombies in the first one, and you're finding Nazis in Tibet weird?
Look, what you don't know is that Nathan Drake has shit luck. He is defined by his shit luck. He's defined so much by his shit luck. Lara Croft has been retroactively given shit luck because of Uncharted. Because
yeah, I have to say, I can pull parallels from the new Tomb Raider, the Tomb Raider games and the Uncharted series. I can see where Tomb Raider got some of its ideas from.
You mean all of its ideas, let's be honest.
Well,
they looked at Uncharted and went, what if we made Tomb Raider more like this? Which is hilarious, because Tomb Raider was the inspiration for the original Uncharted series, so...
Well, in all fairness, Tomb Raider did something new with it and introduced the survival aspect of it. You know, the crafting and the abilities and stuff like that, while Uncharted is just more of almost like an interactive cinematic adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I see where Tomb Raider pulled its ideas from Uncharted for the way that its story should go, but Uncharted and Tomb Raider are a bit different on the gameplay aspect. Uncharted, I feel like it doesn't utilize its hand-to-hand combat enough. Because I have to say, I love the hand-to-hand combat. Granted, it's a bit easy, and I guess if you use it too much, it could get repetitive. Fair enough. But I imagine, at least I hope, once I get to 3, I'm going to see a little bit more of the hand-to-hand aspect, because there's a part in 2 when you're in the Forest of Borea, or Bornea, whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan just gets pushed into the fucking pond, or the pond, the fucking little area downward, and has to fight like 4 or 5 of them hand to hand. I loved that part. That part was fucking cool.
I think you mainly get a lot of the melee combat from like 3 and 4.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I get a bit more melee combat in 3, because I really like the melee. Don't get me wrong, guns are fun, but I think Uncharted's stealth is fucking despicable.
stealth segments in a non-stealth game being terrible? What the fuck you say?
If you're going to put a stealth segment in your game and you're not a stealth game, at least make the stealth a bit cooperative. I remember in Bornea, again, I thought I was fucking up. Because the first part where you have to stealth and kill the two guys, that was fine. That was easy. But then you get to this part where there's 4 of them. And I figured out a pattern that I could take where I could kill one, let the other walk away, jump up, go on the balcony, attack the third one, knock him off, and hopefully the second one wouldn't notice. But then the second I got to the third one and punched him, everyone knew where I was, and I'm like, what's going on? I had my wife look it up, like, why am I not able to stealth this? And then come to find out, oh yeah, that's the first segment in the game where you actually have to use loud fire. It's not. Why give the illusion that there is a way of doing it stealthily if there's not, you know?
Yeah.
That's what frustrates me, because that made me feel like I fucked up. So I restarted that segment 5 or 6 times. Just trying to get it to fucking, get through that segment stealthily, and come to find out there is no stealth for it. But other than that, other than the stealth, I don't really have many complaints about Uncharted. I really enjoy it so far. It's been a really good... It's been a really good experience. Except for Uncharted 1. But... Again, Uncharted 1, it's just because of the fucking climbing. The main portion of the game, I will say this again, the main portion of the game is the worst part of it.
Yep.
Anyway, that's what I've been doing. I have been on PlayStation having a blast.
Do you have access to 4's DLC?
4's DLC? I don't have Uncharted 4 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I will, though, probably. I'll probably buy it.
Well, okay, not DLC. Okay, there's technically an Uncharted 5, but it's more of a spinoff. It's a Lost Legacy.
Isn't that the one based on the 2 girls?
Yeah, that's it's more, you're more or less playing as Chloe in, I forget her name, but girl from 4, who is partially an antagonist for, like, part of it. Until she's just like, fuck this, I'm out. I ain't dying for this bullshit.
I was disappointed in Chloe. I mean, I'm still going through 2, but I was disappointed in Chloe when she was just like, nope, I know I said I was helping you, but I can't help you anymore. You're on the train, fuck you. And, okay, thanks. Yep. But yeah, it's been fun.
And how is Spider-Man Ravencroft City?
I fucking love it, but the ending pissed me the fuck off.
I'm trying to remember the ending.
Spoilers. Again, spoilers for Spider-Man. Spoiler alert. Bling, bling, bling. Bright light. Spoiler alert. When May dies.
Oh, right. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I was pissed. And Doc Ock tries to pull the fucking pity party? Bitch!
Look, there's a reason the last of that game is you beating the shit out of him in a specially designed suit to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved that part. Purely because, I have to say, I was one of the few that really liked Sunset Overdrive. I thought it was fucking fun. And from what I understand, it's developed quite a cult following. But I have to say, them going over to Sony and doing Spider-Man was the best decision they made, because Spider-Man is a fantastic game.
Glock, you know they're normally a Sony dev, right?
I know, but what I'm saying is Sony buying them and making it to where that's a first party for Sony. I think that was a phenomenal decision on Sony's part and fuck, what's their names?
But Sony or Insomniacs?
Insomniac. It was a phenomenal decision on Insomniac's part too, to accept it. I mean, I'm sure it was a lot of money, but point is, they could have just been like, we're gonna stay to where we can sell to, all devices, all consoles and shit.
Well, to be fair, they haven't really done that. Like, Sunset Overdrive is the one time they made something that wasn't for Sony on a Sony console.
True. I don't really. It's funny. I know of Insomniac. I don't know many of their games. I really don't.
The entire Ratchet and Clank franchise, all of it, every single one of them.
Shit. Oh shit! That was Insomniac.
Yeah, all of it. The entire.
Why was the last one so terrible then?
What was the last one?
You had to ask me. Wasn't it just the rebooted, just the Ratchet and Clank was the whole name of the title?
Oh, reboot's fine. The video game is fine. If we're talking the movie, that's a completely different conversation.
Okay, we don't talk about the movie.
The movie is more or less, here's the spark notes of the video game.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember watching that in college, up there, at a smaller movie theater at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the only other people in my theater was an old couple for some reason.
Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah. I don't know why, but they were there with me watching Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, so to be completely honest, I know I'll probably never see it. Ever. But the duo that I have wanted to come back for, God, pretty much my entire life is Jak and Daxter. I fucking loved those games, and it was Naughty Dog that made at least one of them.
They made all of them.
Okay. And I know that they redid the collection for PS4, but that's honestly not what I wanted.
Well, too bad. They're busy making, Uncharted money and Last of Us money, so they're a little busy at the moment.
Jak and Daxter was such a beautiful game. All of them were so beautiful.
Look, the problem is that all three of the developers that made those mascot platformers on the PlayStation 2, they all went and did more M-rated titles on the PlayStation 3. Insomniac did Resistance, Naughty Dog did Uncharted, and Sucker Punch did Infamous.
Infamous was beautiful, though.
Right. But guess which one was actually successful?
Infamous?
No, Uncharted. Uncharted like kind of became the biggest one of the three of them.
That's fair, but Infamous was pretty huge. It's just Second Son kind of fucked that over.
Yeah.
I mean, if it would have been another, if I believe Infamous, there was Infamous, Infamous 2, and then Infamous Second Son, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Infamous and Infamous 2 were fine. They were great. Second Son, from what I understand, fucked up the whole series. And I don't remember why. Hang on.
Under the white cliff's battlemented crown.
Yeah, when they did that, they kind of put themselves out there and probably doing more stuff. Because bear in mind, Insomniac doing character platformers was not their first foray. Guess what they did before that? On the PlayStation 1.
What?
They were the ones who created Spyro.
Oh.
The original Spyro trilogy? That's Insomniac. The original Crash Bandicoot trilogy? That's Naughty Dog. Guess who doesn't make those games anymore? Neither one of them.
Fair.
Guess who doesn't have the rights to them anymore? Both of them. They don't have the rights anymore. Both of those rights went elsewhere. Like, well into the PlayStation 2's lifespan at that point.
Gotcha. So, alright. Quick question. What the fuck is the Order 1886? I've heard that name thrown around a couple times. I've seen it at E3, and then never heard about it again.
Well, give me 1 second. I gotta go open my door real quick.
Go for it. So, how is everybody? That's great.
I closed it to keep my dog out for a little bit, and since he's not bothering me, I need to open it back up before it gets too hot in here.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm curious, what do you think Order 1886 is?
Well, the E3 demo made it look kind of like a weird, more supernatural Werewolf of London Uncharted type game.
Do you think it's single player or co-op?
I would imagine single player with a drop-in, drop-out co-op?
Okay, so it is only single player. No co-op.
Really?
Yes. You do a lot of walking and talking in this game. And also, you only deal with werewolves. And also, you are the Knights of the Round Table.
What?
Yes. Like, you are the descendants of the Knights of the Round Table in an organization that is literally the Knights of the Round Table, where everyone takes names from the original Knights of the Round Table. And also, fuck, who is it? One of the, like, major scientists at the time is, like, your Q, essentially, in making your shit.
Major scientist.
I can't remember who it was.
Oh. Depends.
Oh. It's in Europe, so.
Well, there was a. Hell, I don't know. Clemens Winkler?
No, he's one of the more famous people.
I'm trying to think here.
I'll actually look it up, because I honestly do not remember. Mostly, it's bad, is like the short and long of it. It's a bad game. It's pretty, but it's
Oh.
bad.
Oh, Nikola Tesla.
Is it Tesla? I think it is Tesla. I think you get a lightning gun in that game, and it's kind of just meh, because you only get to use it like twice.
I have to say, out of all of the games that Nikola Tesla has been referenced in or talked about in, the game I have to say his presence is the strongest in has to be Close to the Sun, I believe is the name of it. It's a horror game, and it is phenomenal.
Mm.
One moment.
I beheld the wretch. Having seen a non-market economy,
Okay. Do I?
What?
I saw a
Oh,
balance
talking to
in
my wife.
24
Okay.
Yeah, I can, baby. But yeah, I was intrigued by the order because the way it was shown at E3, I thought it was going to be a drop-in, drop-out co-op. The way it looked.
Most people thought that, and then it turned out to be no. Here's a walking simulator, more or less, with occasional shooting segments.
No, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you. Death Stranding is a fucking walking simulator. I don't give a damn how many people say it's a good game. That is
No.
a fucking slog of a game.
No, it is not a walking simulator. It's a post office simulator.
Pretty much the same fucking difference, in my opinion. There's
No,
so
instead
much
of walking
in
somewhere, you are delivering things from one place to another. It is ever so slightly different. It is a subgenre of walking simulators.
Yes. And it's oh my god, it's such a drag. I will argue with someone to the ends of the earth to tell them that I'm sorry, Death Stranding is fucking bad.
Look,
it's bad.
Look, before that came out, I had very clear like videos with people talking about the writing, like the writing qualities of Metal Gear Solid 4, which are not good. The writing qualities of Metal Gear Solid 5, which were also not good. And then you get to Death Stranding, and Oh, look, it is nonsense. Of course it is. Why are you surprised?
It caught me off guard when the game is just like, you're our only hope. You must do this and save us. And then the throwing the baby thing into it made it even weirder because Norman Reedus, I don't give a fuck what they called him in the game. Norman Reedus just randomly decided, I need to keep the baby. But wait, no, you don't need to keep the baby. It was a failure. I need to keep the baby. Fuck!
I mean, you're skipping over a lot of things.
I know. It was so hard to keep up with what the fuck was going on in that game, just because it was all over the place. I gave up like maybe 2.5, 3 hours in. There's so much walking. And most of it is just fucking empty.
But the soundtrack and the music.
If I wanted to listen to music, I would open Spotify. If I wanted to play a walking simulator, I would buy a walking simulator. I got Death Stranding because, might be interesting, you know? The Metal Gear series has always been interesting, weird and convoluted, but interesting.
The problem is that Metal Gear Solid works when it's not really taking itself seriously. Guess what 3 games decide to try to really take itself seriously and don't work?
Yeah. Oh shit. Am I still here?
Yes.
Okay. I clicked out of Discord and forgot whether or not it would kick me out of the party if I did that. I just I did not enjoy it. And fine, if people enjoy it, fine, play it. I bet you will enjoy it. Whatever. Fine, cool. I don't care. But I did not enjoy it. It was no. And I'm sure I will eventually convince myself to just push through it to beat the game, because maybe, in my mind, I think maybe, just maybe, it will make sense in the end. And it won't just be walking simulator with added delivery bullshit. Maybe there's something more to it. Maybe story elements to why it's so bullshitty and you're the only delivery person. Or at least it seems like it. I don't know.
Trust me, it does not get better. Whatever you think is going to be going for it, don't. Trust me. Once you get to the end of the game, it's just like a what? Oh my god. Oh, this sucks. I encourage you just to go watch cutscenes. Go watch a compilation of cutscenes.
I feel like the cutscenes can be watched without any context as to how they got here and here and here, just because the important shit doesn't happen in the gameplay, apparently. Every bit of gameplay I've played has just been walk.
Yep.
And I'm just like, You couldn't have found a better way to do this? I mean, now I kind of understand why people were talking about how Hideo Kojima should not have creative control.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where I'm like, it's fine for someone to have creative control. It's important that that person has the ability to listen to other people to tell him no. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. When you have people who have complete free reign and no accountability and no ability to just listen to the other people around them and go, okay, just take input, that's when you get things like, oh, I don't know, the prequels. Death Stranding. Many other things. Where someone was just given completely free reign with no one there to just be able to go, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Yeah, I just my thing is, you know, when he was working on fucking
What, the first 3 Metal Gears?
No, when he was working on Silent Hills.
Uh-huh.
I think his avenue is horror just purely because usually horror doesn't need to make that much sense. It's meant to delve into your deepest fears. Usually your deepest fears are not shit that happens logically. So I feel like Hideo Kojima's mentality fit into the horror element perfectly, and that's what made that PT for Silent Hills so good, is because the way the storytelling worked, it was one of those where you don't need to listen to it, but if you want to listen to it, it's an interesting story. You know?
I would say it also helped that he had someone who's delved into horror a few times every now and again, and that's Guillermo del Toro.
That's fair as well, yeah.
Again, he had someone that he could listen to and take advice from, instead of going, well, I'm just going to do my own thing and not listen to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, even in Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, he had a co-writer. He had other people to help him shape and mold his ideas. The problem is, Death Stranding is extremely unrefined and extremely just a blick on the paper.
Yeah.
Oh, a little fun thing I found on Twitter that made me upset because of the day I ended up with. But what is the day of your birth?
I'm sorry,
Like,
what?
What's the day of your birth? 1 through 31, more or less.
16.
Okay, so according to this little meme thing on Twitter, you would be playing the Sony PSP for the rest of your life.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna kind of suck, but I mean, I have Crisis Core.
Yeah, but guess what I ended up with?
What?
The Philips CDI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no!
get the official but jank in bad Nintendo games, which are the only noteworthy things that ever came out on the Philips CDI, to be honest.
Oh, that's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yep, that's what I got for my day, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh.
I'll say, is the whole map revealed now? No, not quite. I got this bottom continent. No, I'm not giving you gold, Viking person, sir. No, fuck off. Leave me alone. Yeah, you denounced me. Like, you all have denounced me at one point or another. Fuck off. I don't care. I am this close to going to war with someone. It's like, oh, you're popping cities on my island. I'm making a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna kick you off my island and tell you to fuck off. I was like, where did I find a village?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Of course. You know, I did not think I would get this far before moving to TGS tonight. Which may not happen at this point. Because we are at, I have been in this game for almost 3 hours. And halfway through it turn-wise.
Yeah, where is Tommy? Is he still working?
I don't know. He said I'd have to go along to the pre-show and he'd explain later, so I guess something came up.
Okay. I was just curious.
That's what he said in chat to me. So I'm like, okay. Gotcha. I will continue to tell these people to fuck off and leave me alone when they tell me, give me gold, and I'm like, no.
What are you playing again?
Civ 6.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I love that about Civ 6. They're just... We demand you give... Or anytime they try to come up with an arrangement and they add like 200 gold, and I'm just like, counter offer. Same deal, minus the gold. And they're like, okay, fine.
No, these people are just telling me gold. Give me gold. And I'm just like, no.
Oh yeah, they'll do that too.
Just give me gold for nothing. And I'm just like, no. Leave me alone.
shautiu empaiter. Ente kiswa enyimiu yem.
No, I don't want to declare war on him. I want to declare war on someone else, but not him. Give me a minute. Let me get a bunch of siege equipment so that way I could just blow through their cities.
This musician is inspired by our civilization and has come to our land to create.
I will say, the one thing I haven't liked about this is that you can't automate workers to just go do stuff. And they're consumable for some stupid reason, which I also don't like.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird myself. Especially considering I played a little bit of Civ 5, and then it was like, oh yeah, Civ 6. You gotta micromanage everything. There is no making it easier on you.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that. I'm just like, this is more trouble than it's fucking worth. Granted, I got this for free, so I'm like, oh well.
Oh shit! Last time I played Paradise City was in 2014. That don't sound right. I feel like I've played
Where the
Paradise
hell is
City.
even your stuff, Frederick? That people keep declaring war on you. Where are you? You're not down there. You're over there. Okay. Oh, that makes sense why people are declaring war on you. You're on the main island. Or I'm off here over on my own.
Since I'm on the since I'm on the PC, I might as well play something on the PC. I'm gonna play some Burnout Paradise. I haven't played it in a while.
Oh, you'll get a kick out of this. I'm not sure if it's been debunked at the moment, but I still want to talk about it on the show tonight at some point. Sorry, I got busy reading stuff. There's a rumor that we are going to get a Kingdom Hearts series on Disney Plus.
Yes, I have heard it too, and I've heard more and more stuff proving it rather than debunking it. So
I just look at it and go, oh goody, that gets to join the pile with the rest of the video game projects that are apparently in development at some point or another that we've talked about on the show. And I'm just like, I'll believe it when we have a trailer.
So the one that I still get visibly confused every time I hear about it is the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland as Nathan.
Yep. I believe that's a thing. I don't know. I know someone made a short, like a little like fan movie thing where Nathan Fillion plays Nathan Drake. Which
See,
makes
that's
sense.
that's who I always imagined would play it, was Nathan Fillion. I don't know why, but that's who I've always imagined would probably play Nathan Drake.
I was about to say, I believe he's even the voice actor of Nathan Drake.
Is he?
Let me double check that real quick. I'm just like, yeah, the guy who normally voice acts Nathan Drake was playing him in this movie. Oh no, Nolan North. My bad, not Nathan Fillion. No, Nolan North. Nolan North.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't think, yeah, but like, the weird thing is, Nathan Fillion, one, has a voice very similar to Nathan Drake, which I imagine Nolan North probably based it off of Nathan Fillion to an extent. Maybe his voice, I don't know.
There's a couple different voice actors that are just like, I can do this voice, and that's what was it? The guy who voices Porky Pig. He goes through how he does the Porky Pig voice, and at the end of it, it's just like, that's why I have job security. Is his entire process of making the Porky Pig voice. I'm just like, this is why I have job security, is because I'm able to do this for a living.
Yeah. But, Nathan Fillion, for some reason, he even has that look that Nathan Drake has. You know? Nathan Drake has Nathan Fillion's look. So that's why I imagine Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake. It would fit.
So
even
does Nolan...
with Nathan Fillion getting older.
So does Nolan North, actually.
Yeah, fair enough. Nolan North kind of has that look too.
Here's the weird thing: most of the voice cast for Uncharted could legitimately play the roles of those characters in live action. The only one who can't is Sully.
I'm guessing Sully's voice actor isn't as old as Sully is.
I don't think so. Although he does look like completely different than Sullivan, or than Sully, so it's just like, that doesn't work. And I think also just about everyone on the Uncharted cast has, like, movie roles.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, hell.
Oh, Richard Francis, McGonagall? I do not know how to pronounce his last name.
Is that my login? I do not remember.
But that's what he looks like. As you see, not the spitting image of Sullivan.
Oh, hang on. Let me take a peek. Oh, where did you post it?
Oh, I have it up on stream at the moment. Hang on.
Hell, I gotta... Yeah,
I'll do that. Yeah. There's the Google search with all the pictures.
Oh, with a little bit of with a little bit extra, I imagine he could probably do it. I mean, he would need the facial hair, and he would need the actual attire. But with the attire and the facial hair, I think maybe he could.
Probably.
I could see it. So, yeah, pretty much everybody in the fucking in the game could be their characters.
Yeah, especially when they all have to do the motion capture for it.
Yeah, I could see it.
Like, they've all done motion capture for their characters in all the Uncharted games.
Oh. Again, what kind of third-rate mocap were they using on Uncharted 1?
Not the best Bear in mind, they did not have, like, a proper mocap studio. For, like, 2 onward, they have, like, a full, like, basically warehouse that is a mocap studio.
Gotcha.
Like, more or less, think like a gym, more or less, in terms of, like, the size of it. like a school gym. Like
that
it is,
the new...
like it is large.
Is that the new Kamen Rider?
Where at?
Vulcan?
That's the new secondary rider.
Oh.
In his final form at the moment? Rampage Vulcan?
Oh.
It's in chat because normally the suit has one wing, but this Gamba Rising card has him depicted with 2 wings. And I was like, that's suspicious. I wonder why he has 2 wings now. I wonder if that's a story development that we aren't going to get to see yet, because the show's not back yet.
Oh.
I mean, I could link you the final form for the current main rider, because it has caused a bit of a dissension, because you know how final forms are usually like a bit on the complex side.
Yeah.
And how about no? Not this time.
Great.
And what if this time he also adopts a brand new identity? Which is one of those... Yeah. More or less, instead of being 0-1 now, he's now 0-2.
Why?
I don't know. We have no context for this yet. All we know is how he accesses the form, and that's kind of it. And just like the look of the suit, and that's kind of it. Bear in mind, the show is still on hiatus. It's not going to come back until like mid to late June. So we have no context for this.
That's always fun.
Yep. Until they do, we are stuck with 0-2. I kind of like it, because I think I know where we're going with this because of story developments before this. Of Aruto, who's this character, or this writer, more or less restarting himself in terms of being a CEO of a business from the ground up. Going from big big corporation to little small business. And I think this is a continuation of that. Or at least I assume it's a continuation of that, but whether or not that ends up being the case, I don't know. But people are not liking it because we went from complicated looking suits to simple suits.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But bear in mind, it's a new era of writer, so maybe they're trying to start fresh. Because, the last final form we had was Grand Geo, which, looked like this.
Ooh, looked like what? I want to see.
In Discord. I'll show it on stream real quick.
What the fuck?
That is all the previous Heisei riders all over the suit.
Why?
Because it's Grand Geo. It's his final form, so he gets access to all the rider powers and weapons by tapping the statues.
But... Okay. I hear you. I understand.
Yes.
But what if we didn't?
But time travel! He needs the ultimate power of time travel by being able to just yank people doing finishers out of time in order for them to do finishers on the people in front of him.
What?
Okay, so in the debut, he taps the O's statue, and it summons O's from an early episode of the series who's doing his rider kick. So instead of connecting with the enemy in his time, he is brought to the present and is rider kicking the monster in front of Geo.
So does Geo just not fucking fight?
No, he does, because he can also summon any weapons he wants from touching the statue, too.
feels like cheat code central.
Oh, Sogo's extremely cheat code central, because he also has time manipulation capabilities with this form as well.
This is so cheat code central. This man is a walking console. He is a walking console command.
And the thing, he technically can go beyond this into Omageo, which gives him everything from all writers forever.
Jesus. Alright, well, I am disconnecting my HDMI cord from the PC on that one, and I'm putting it back in the PlayStation, because I want to continue my adventures in Uncharted.
Alright.
So, I am here, just not here.
There's a reason me and Tommy don't like Geo. That's not like the main reason why, but, you know, it doesn't help.
That just seems like a lot of complication for unnecessary reasons.
It also doesn't help that the suit gets immediately chopped out for several dozen episodes in a row.
So
like,
it was one of those, oh, this is a cool suit, and then second episode, alright, getting a little tired of the suit, third episode, new suit, please.
Granted,
let's go back to the old ones.
Granted, it did have the record until Gage's Majesty for the longest henshin of any writer ever.
I'm terrified to ask.
I will grab the clip, and you can watch the clip.
You'll have to send it to me, and I'll watch it later. Just give me the time frame.
I was about to say, I just send you just someone who just has the clip itself. That's just...
Oh.
That entire minute and 5 seconds is almost the entire henshin. Or is it the henshin plus a little more? Because it's...
minute?
A minute and... Yes, that's standby and everything.
Oh my god. No.
To be fair, it's kind of cool. And I say it had the record until Gates Majesty, which is the secondary writer of that series, got his own version of Grand Geo that is longer. By like 5 seconds. Because instead of naming all the primary writers, it names all the secondary writers. And, well, it takes a little to get through all of them. Because some of their names are longer.
So, going through these shows, going through these recent shows and not being super happy about them, I have to ask you, what's your opinion of Decade now?
It is...
as compared to the new ones.
It still doesn't work, but I can appreciate that Tsukasa at least has a personality. And is probably the only reason I am willing to give Decade any thought, is Tsukasa.
Gotcha. So, no blasphemy, okay?
Alright.
I would be willing to attempt Kabuto if I never have to touch one of the new ones that y'all have watched, because the way y'all talk about these shows recently is they feel more like an emotionless cash grab than they do an actual Kamen Rider.
Okay, which shows are you talking about specifically?
Ghost and this new one?
Geo?
Yeah.
Okay, bear in mind, Geos was last year and Ghost was like several years ago. There are writers in between there.
Okay, like what? Because those are the only ones that y'all have seemed to talk about.
Well, Ghost we talk about because we did it for Sunday, for TGSR.
Right.
Geo we talk about because it was the last show before this current one.
Okay, how is the current one then?
01, it's been really good for the most part. It got caught in a slog because it made an arc longer than it probably needed to be, but overall it's still really good. Hey, Charizard.
Hello, Charizard.
Zero One has been really good. And has been just oh my god, it's not Geo, thank god. After the slog and just look of Geos, it's like a show with good characters and a cast that I like and a story I'm interested in and fights that are fun. It's everything I like about Ryder.
So, be honest for a moment. What exactly, in your opinion, made Geo so terrible? Like, is it a specific character? Is it character development? Like, what would you say if was improved would make the show better?
Sogo's dream being more defined, or at least doing something with it besides Sogo going, I want to be a king, regardless of the situation and circumstances presented in front of him.
Okay, so his whole shtick is he wants to be a king.
Yes.
Even though someone has seen the future and knows that him being a king causes the apocalypse, he doesn't care, and he will cause the apocalypse to achieve his dream.
Yes, the problem is we don't get into why he becomes the guy who creates the apocalypse. Also, Charizard, you can go ahead with telling me about what that cat ear thing is from All Rider Revolution. Oh, they're from Stronger. Okay. I thought they were a show writer goon, because they looked like a show writer goon. But yeah, Sogo's dream is never defined as, like, I want to be king, but never beyond that. Never like, I want to be king because... And we get why that's the case, because... Spoilers for the rest, for, like, the end part of Geo, that dream was forced upon him by the main villain. In order to make him into the Demon King, Omageo, in order to steal his powers, and save his world, apparently, that is dying for reasons we don't get into in the series.
Okay.
But the main villain, who is Schwartz in this case... Yeah, it's fine. But Schwartz in this case, he forced the stream on him by taking over the bus that him, a bunch of kids in his school, and the parents of a bunch of these kids are on, hijacking it, killing most of the people on that bus except for, I think, a few kids, including Sogo, and then dumping them in the future so they can witness the apocalypse, and then telling Sogo, you will become king, you must become king, and then dropping him back in the present.
Okay.
Yep. Sogo's never redefines his dream, even after learning all this.
Alright.
Like, if Sogo took ownership of his dream away from Schwartz's plan and made it his own, I'd probably be a little bit more okay with Geo, but there are other problems that kind of domino into the show being a mess.
Sorry, I am listening to you. I'm just in the middle of a gunfight as well.
Okay. But yeah, you have that. You have the fact that the show is trying to pay tribute to the past 19 shows and trying to do like 1 to 2 parters for those shows, and they are very mixed in quality. And also, half of them have various cast members coming back as not themselves because time travel.
What?
You have Edgy show up in this show as not, hermit, man who, goes around. Instead, he is a politician because back when he started, another writer was created that stole his powers and stole his history, and now he's not Oz anymore. But he's also not edgy, and he lacks his character development, so he's not him.
No, you can't mess with... No!
Bear in mind, this happens for several shows before they decide to change that. And guess what the majority of shows I like fall into?
The ones that they didn't change that for.
No, it's the ones that they did do that to.
Or yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The ones that they didn't change anything for.
Yeah. The ones that they did all this timey-wimey history change. You're not them, but you are them, according to their 0.5 episode bullshit that just says, oh, it's totally them, except they don't have their character development. So I don't know. You're the one your most recent show is Gaim, correct?
Yes, Gaim is my most recent show, and I never completed it, but I got snippets of what happened in the end, so I was like, I understand what happened. I don't need to watch it.
So you understand that Kota becomes fruit Jesus, essentially.
Yes.
What if that didn't happen? So now you have Kota, who is not fruit Jesus, and instead is working at Droopers.
Working where?
Droopers, the bar from the series.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's just working there, and it's just happy-go-lucky Kota from the beginning of the series. Lacking everything that made Kota who he was by the end of the series.
So none of his depressive, this is fucked bullshit happened.
Nope.
It's just, it's just smiles every time he fucking clicks the button, Kota.
Yes.
And
he happily hands over his ride watch and another little gadget thing that represents the Suika arms. That's a little robot thing that doesn't fucking matter. But he just happily hands over his powers to Sogo, just being like, I like you. I have no idea why I'm doing this, but I am going to hand you this thing that literally hands over my powers and my history and my character development to you because the plot says I need to. That's the first half of this series.
that seems very backwards.
Yes, it is. There's a reason they changed that halfway through the show and stopped doing it. But the damage was done. Also, hi, Tommy.
Hello.
I know you've been here for a while, but I got stuck in describing Geo to someone else who has not experienced this nonsense show and being like, why is this show bad? Well, a lot of reasons why.
Yep. And none of them are good reasons.
Yeah. Like I said, you can fix Sogo's character arc, but that's just the tip of the iceberg of the problems of this series. You have the tributes. You have Gates, who are a secondary writer, who's more or less playing Terminator role and going back into the past to kill Sogo before he becomes king, and who's kind of just listless for most of the series without a clear direction outside of, I want to kill you, but I want to be friends with you, but I want to kill you, but I want to be friends with you. And Tsukiyomi, who wants to try a different route, but doesn't really do much for most of the series. You have Tsukasa and Kaiso from Decade coming back and like playing supporting roles in this, and they have more presence than the entire main cast every time they're on screen. Because, by the way, Tsukasa got his Deca Driver upgraded to the Neo Deca Driver, and now he can become any rider, more or less. Including Geo. Yeah, but
the show doesn't seem to want to make sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also, Charizard. Yes. Gates dying in the last episode and makes Sogo mad enough that he just summons the Omageo driver in order to become Omageo.
Yeah. For zero reason.
And what should be a really cool moment, because I like that henshin for Omageo, but like, wow, this is not earned. At all. Whatsoever.
Wait, the person who's trying to kill him dies, and that makes him mad?
Yeah, because they were friends at that point.
Okay. This show sounds like 4 or 5 different writers butted heads numerous times trying to get their ideas to be the forefront of the show.
Well, it's because you have Shirakura as the producer of this show, who has a bad track record of material. Because you know all those superhero Tyson films we don't like?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess who's responsible for them as a producer? So you have that, and you have Ninja's writer, who is more of a play writer, and just inserting arcs wherever they can, because they have to schedule around returning actors showing up. Sure, Charizard, you can drop that in the chat while I get things set up for EGS. Oh, right, the future writers, who are Kit Bash shoots of writers from the future. And one of them only shows up to be punched and to be turned into a Ride Watch.
What?
Yes. Because it's in the same episode, they're attributing Kiva, where you have a serial killer who you have a murderer crazy lady who murdered someone with a manhole cover.
What?
Yes, this happens, and for the entire episode, she's wielding a manhole cover because that's her entire character. It was a meme. It got memed to hell and back. Okay, this picture may not be the most flattering to these suits because he's fucking looking in 2 different directions. Sir. Sir. Let me zoom in on this.
Oh, wow.
That is the rabbit's eared suit from Ride of Revolution that I was like, I don't know where this is from. Yeah, he's looking 2 different directions. Sir, the eyeballs don't seem to be glued on right. Oh yeah, and Kakai's a robot that was created by Sogo's powers to just make futures and make timelines, because that's a thing for the series for like 12 episodes or so until they drop it.
Do they not know how time travel works?
Historically speaking, when it comes to Japanese media, no, they don't.
Because literally any time travel movie, game, or theory ever, that's not how it works.
Oh yeah, and all their drivers are just the Geo's driver, except painted black and with a thing slapped on the front of it, so we pretend it's not the GQ driver. Yeah, I forgot it for a second. Was the problem. But you do get a ninja rider, and he gets like a little 3-part spin-off that's good and probably one of the better things of the series, in terms of related media at least.
Yes. Completely agree.
Unfortunately, the Ryuki one, not so much. If you know anything about Ryuki and just go, this is just a highlight reel of Ryuki moments, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is, and it's not that interesting, to be honest, once you see that. I'm trying to think what else. The villains are bland and boring because all they do is just make another riders and then just turn them into... and just stick them on the riders, and that's it. Did we not get Hataris? I thought Hataris came with the future GQ driver thing. I thought it did. To be fair, they're all kind of just buttons. When you get down to it, they all just hit different buttons on the center plate. But anywho, you ready to read the...
Nope.
Okay. I assume that things have gone terribly since I saw the bot was offline, and the reason the bot was offline, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Things exploded, didn't they?
Well, the bot just doesn't like to work on Windows anymore, and I don't know why.
That's Windows. It doesn't like you, apparently.
It's with
That's
you
fine.
and Windows. Why do you have...
That's fine. I don't like Windows either.
Why
doesn't
do you have so many issues with Windows? I have never seen someone have as many issues with Windows as I have with you.
Because I tried to tell it to do stuff that it doesn't like doing.
I'm surprised. I thought it did. I thought I remember the listing saying, oh, here's Atari's as well. Okay, never mind then. And it was a premium Bandai release, so they had plenty of time to throw it in there. I'm trying to think of what else.
Well, I said, why do I have to log in with every browser that I try to use? God! This is getting old.
What other problems are there with Geo? Oh, all of the ride armors. Yeah, it was premium Bandai. All the ride armors are required to beat the respective and other riders of that rider. So every fight scene boils down to, you can't blow up this monster until you use the correct form. And once you have the correct form, you win. So all tension of the fights is just evaporated because it's like, we can't blow them up yet. Although we keep trying to blow them up when we don't have the proper thing to blow them up with yet. But on the plus side, the other riders were good. I think design-wise, they were probably one of the best things. Well, that's because they were at the point where it's like, we ain't got the budget to do all of the Heisei Rider armors. Soto will do them, but they didn't do that. And at that point, they had Geo2, Gates, Revive, Trinity, I think, at the time for Hibiki to be like, oh, these just override that rule. Fuck that rule. I was about to say, Glock, you can't see the stream, right? At the moment?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I have the computer completely unhooked.
I do not have stream up either.
Okay. I was gonna show another rider to you, but I'll link you the wiki link just to be like, you can skim through that and see what the other riders look like. Of course, for me, it also doesn't help that Double got shit treatment in this series. And it, as my favorite series, oh boy, did I not appreciate that.
How did they get shit?
Well, initially Double's Tribute was meant to happen in Heisei Generations Forever. Except, the extent of Double's Tribute is, you remember the one ramen noodle salesman from the series?
Yeah.
That's it. He just shows up and is like, you look like someone showed her, like, here's the double ride watch. So you can go blow up another double later in the movie.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that is the extent of the double treatment in that tribute in that movie.
Well, that's definitely fucked.
Yeah, especially for someone who was extremely not like anything close to a character in the show.
Yeah.
I had to go, wait a minute, who the fuck is this person? Wait, you're from like one episode and like cameos? Fuck that. You couldn't even get one of the assistants to show up.
That's like making the Gaim tribute the DJ.
No, because Sakura is actually an important character. No, it would be like if it was the one chick from Droopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, another Agito was just the another Agito suit with like some slight modifications. That also didn't help. That's like the one down point from the Agito two-parter, which is probably the best two-parter. Or the best tribute.
I'm sorry, not to get off topic. What in the fuck is with Nathan's luck? Oh my god!
Look, he has shit tier luck. That is the part of his character.
This isn't even shit tier luck anymore. There is a god somewhere that is legitimately pissed with him.
Look, considering he delves into artifacts and stuff, he probably has a curse on him.
Oh my god, it just... I just got to the bridge scene.
Technically, some of those other Agito heads are actually different heads from different monsters that are modified to look like it. I think one of them is like that one grasshopper monster from Gaim, actually. That was modified. So there's actually variety in the Agito heads, or the another Agito heads in those two episodes. But yeah, then later in the series, Dido comes up. You know, the Eternal? He shows up from an alternate timeline where he won, maybe. And then he spouts all his one-liners, and then he dies. You know, after he kills Aqua. You know, the future writer from Megamax. My favorite crossover movie. Oh wait, he doesn't kill him, but Schwartz kills him, but... He jobs out Aqua. Yeah, he jobs out Aqua. Then, it takes till Gates' Majesty for Double to get a proper tribute, where Terry shows up to, like, mentor Gates a little bit on what he should do in the altered timeline that they created at the end of the series. And it's nice, and I like it. But bear in mind, that's a V-Cinema that came out, like, 5 months after the series ended.
That's another thing. I get why the movies happen, but at the same time, I really, really don't see... I get frustrated with how many movies there are.
I was about to say, there's
a lot of movies.
Per series, it's only like 3, unless they get a V-Cinema.
Per series. And you said 19. That's for Heisei alone, right?
Technically not, because that's actually inaccurate if you apply it to the entire Heisei era. For like, up to like Decade, it was like 1. Like, Aito only has 1 movie, Ryuki only has 1 movie, and technically a special, if you want to count it. Faiz only has 1 movie, Blade only has 1 movie. I'll get to that question in a minute. Hibiki's only got 1 movie, Kabuto... Den-O has several movies, but Den-O is a cash cow for Toei, so Den-O got several movies.
Which one is Deno?
Train 1.
Train 1. That shows
Train
you how
and time
fucking...
travel.
Train and time travel.
Oh! The one that made absolutely fuck all sense. Yeah.
Kiva only has technically one movie, unless you count his cameo in a Deno movie. And
Kiva was Bat, right?
Yes. He is more or less Alucard.
Yeah.
And Decade has 2 movies, and that's where you get the start of the crossovers. And it takes till O's for you to get to maybe 3 movies a year, but bear in mind, that second of those 3 movies is the Superhero Tyson movies. Which 90% of the time you can ignore, because they have nothing to do with the series.
At all.
Yeah.
And actually kind of tick you off at the movie.
Yes. Which leaves you...
And yourself if you continuously watch all of them.
Yeah. Which leaves you with the solo movies, which are standalone and, depending on the movie you're talking about, are either in canon with the series or, like, just an alternate ending, or just a one-off that if you want to, you can watch it, but if not, you can ignore it.
Okay, so the team-up movies are normally the ones that you can ignore, right?
The spring team-up movies, yes.
Yes.
Those are the ones where they throw in everybody.
Yeah, the big crossover.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's the winter team-ups, which are Movie War 2010, Movie War Core, Movie War Mega Max, etc., etc., etc. More or less Movie War something, most of the time. Those are your previous show, current show team-ups. That, for the longest time, acted like an epilogue for the previous series, and a one-off story for the for the current series. And then they did a team-up.
I take that back. Gaim wasn't the last show, it was Forte. What, didn't Forte come after Gaim?
No,
Nope.
before.
Was it before? I could have swore Forte and Gaim was the team-up movie.
No.
Or no, was it Forte and O's?
You mean Mega Max?
That's what it was, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I also think they did the armband power-up wrong in the Decade episode, but whatever. I don't know.
Okay, so what all has come out after Gaim? Let me tell you if I've watched any of it.
First is Drive. He is the one with the car.
Okay, I have watched maybe a single episode from that show, and I can pretty much guarantee I've never watched anything after.
Okay. That's a good show. I like Tamari. Tamari and Kiriko are wonderful, and so is the rest of the supporting cast on that one.
The only thing that I'm going to state with that is Drive is good on its own, but I do not recommend watching Gaim and then going straight into Drive, because you can tell a difference, and that was my biggest problem for the start of it.
I remember that you had a good, a sizable problem with that show.
It's because you come off of such a high from Gaim to the norm, and that's a big jump there.
Yeah. Because you're going from a normal anime writer to one of the normal Toku writers, more or less.
And that's not saying that Drive is bad. That's just saying that's
Gaim
a huge
that
jump.
Yeah. it's just saying that Gaim was that good.
Yeah. Drive is really good. I enjoy Drive. It's also got one of the really good, strong solo movies in Surprise Future, which more or less just goes, what if we applied the formula of A to Z to Drive and just did a movie in that style? Oh, look, it's really good when we do that.
It's almost like that to be done.
Yeah.
Difficult question time. What was better, Double or Gaim?
Huh.
I'm probably always going to default to Double. Because I like some of the things it does more than Gaim. Or some of the different things it does more than what Gaim was doing.
I feel like I'm going to kind of be in that middle. And it's because they are both so strong of shows.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if I can put one over the other kind of deal. They both do really good at what they're trying to do, and that's kind of a hard comparison.
Yeah. You're talking about a show that only has 2 writers and does a lot with those 2 writers, versus Gaim with a very large cast, a multitude of writers, and is juggling a lot of things the entire series.
But does it so flawlessly.
Yes.
Because as we later see with X8, it can be jumbled really quickly and kind of fumbled a few times.
Okay, who is X8?
That is the one after Ghost. He is a video game writer.
Once.
More
I feel like y'all have talked about him before in a not so happy manner.
If that was the case, then you probably have heard something from late into X8.
Yeah.
Because X8's got the problem of it starts good, but then our final villain lasts for far too long.
Yeah. X8 and Build have... Their core issue is that the back quarter-ish of the series, you kind of have one villain, and you kind of keep having to kick him in the face, but we're not done yet with the series, so we have to keep finding ways of that not being the end.
To be
and
fair,
to keep
while
going.
This wasn't the biggest issue with Ghost, we kind of had that with Ghost too.
Yeah.
I thought Ghost had a completely separate issue of just jumbling up what history really was.
That's not a big deal. In terms of... Okay, when it comes to continuity, it has a problem, but that's only in connection to any other series. On its own, it's kind of just blech.
Yeah.
It has some neat ideas, but it just doesn't do them well. Alan is probably the best idea that they did the best with.
And that's Alan?
That's the tertiary writer of the series.
Gotcha.
He's Necrom. When that is probably your best idea that you've executed the most, or executed the best, that says a lot about the series.
Especially when you take the V-Cinema movie and completely retcon your secondary writer.
Yep. Completely retcon his backstory. To make it complicated for no reason.
Okay, so what is y'all's, in your opinion, what is y'all's favorite secondary and or tertiary writer? I know what mine is, but that's just because I fucking loved him from the start. I shouted his name over and over again watching it.
My first thought is Terry, is Axel.
That's kind of where I wanted to lean to also.
Because I like his character arc, and I like that his character arc plays into a theme of the series. And is just really good.
I'm trying to remember which one Excel was in. That was...
Double.
That was Double, yeah.
Bear in mind, 95% of my answers are going to end up being Double.
Yeah,
when applicable.
My favorite secondary writer is gonna be Meteor.
Ryusei's good too. I think my problem with Ryusei is sort of a problem with Terry, but at least Terry kind of stays relevant, I think, is that Ryusei's character arc ends at Cosmic, and he kind of has nothing else to do in the series.
That's fair. He's one of my favorite just because I fucking love the way he looks. Like his outfit is my favorite.
You said tertiary, right?
Yeah, I don't know very many tertiary riders.
Tertiary gets... I don't know. I use tertiary as a broad term to refer to anyone who's still a hero and is not considered secondary, because tertiary can get kind of interchanged depending on the show you're talking about. On who counts as tertiary rider or the third most important rider in the series, because it's like, well...
Time.
Yeah, because it's like, well, who's tertiary rider there? Well, Ryugen's important, Zangetsu's important. Oh, look, the girl tells Forza to take his clothes off. Shit, what was that episode? Oh, I know that. Okay, that's like one of the first episodes.
What is it?
Shit, what is her name? Fuck, I'm blanking on her name. Main girl from Forza.
Oh, fuck, if you hadn't asked me.
Yeah, when she tells Gentaro to take off his clothes so they can put on the spacesuits and go on the moonwalk on the rabbit hutch. In, like, episode 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's episode 2 of Forza. But yeah, I don't know.
I need to go back and watch Forza again. His abilities were my favorite. When it comes to people's abilities, I honestly think his transformations are my favorite, just because I don't know. I really liked the whole spaceship concept.
I believe that's on purpose, Charizard.
I kind of feel like tertiary, probably I would have to lean towards Alan, just because the simple fact of they did something with him.
Alan's really good, to be honest.
Like,
and I'm trying...
Like, outside of that, usually it's more just a case of they're there.
Yeah. I almost want to cheat and say Date because he's technically tertiary, because he technically hands over Birth partway through the series and becomes Proto-Birth, so technically he's a tertiary rider at that point.
Technically, yeah.
But that's cheating. That's cheating.
That is kind of cheating because, I mean, technically speaking, I don't think he was intended to come back, so...
No, because Date is so good. He survived. He got to live. I'm trying to think. Forza's got Nadeshiko and nah. I'm trying not to count movie tertiaries, because then I'm just like, let's see, Nadeshiko's gone. Those are both really good.
I officially love the Uncharted series.
Oh, what happened?
It is self-aware.
Yeah,
I finally got to Schaefer, and Schaefer's like second or third line to Nathan was, "You're right. Everything you touch does turn to shit."
Meh.
And Nathan just looks at him and goes, I know.
I'm trying to think of like who I would count as tertiary in that instance. Oh, that question. I would say Heisei, because they have the more diverse power set available to them, whereas show riders kind of don't. Show riders are more just kind of more brute force-ish in their implementation of powers, whereas Heisei riders have a lot more technique and skill with theirs that they can be applied and stuff. Yeah, which show rider specifically? Because
I disagree, because again, as an Amazon fan, I have to say technique is a big part of why Amazon is so fucking powerful.
Right. But can he travel at super speed?
No, because he doesn't have fucking cheat codes.
I was about to say, there are several riders that can achieve, like, high speed with technique.
I mean, technically, Formula.
Yes. You've got Formula, you have Axel in both of his forms can achieve high speed attacks. Technically, Drive can achieve high-speed attacks in multiple of his forms, just depends on which ones. Glock, where did you watch Amazon from?
Oh fuck! I think I watched it on one of those pirate streaming sites.
Okay, I think TV Nihon has Amazon subbed. I will check that real quick.
If they do, I will rewatch that series. Think I won't.
Also,
no,
I am kind of ready whenever.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm distracting him.
Oh my god, it's just pulling up Amazon's. Crap, I'd have to find that. Yeah, let's see. We'll do the tertiary one for me, and I'll cut stream, and then we'll get to TGS.
Okay.
Mayu, no. Gaim. That gets in the Ryugen and Zenketsu with whichever one you want to consider on that one, and I don't know. I kind of like Ryugen's arc. I'm one of those people that does think he's earned forgiveness for the most part.
Ryugen is great, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like there's a point where his arc kind of just sits in the background and lulls.
Yeah.
While we take care of stuff, and that's one of those that's the point where I kind of lean more towards Alan, because the whole time he's in the picture, his arc is moving.
Yeah. Yeah, because then...
talking about Ryugen again, I'm of the mindset that, like, yes, someone can accept your apology, but that doesn't mean that all is just forgiven, you know? And that's where I sit with him, is because, I mean, he basically tried to get them all killed.
But at the same time, he has shown that he realized that was wrong and was willing to put his life on the line too.
He's worked towards forgiveness.
It's not just a case of he came in and said, yeah, I know I screwed up, forgive me now, please. He's kind of showed, yeah, he's been at that low.
Yeah.
But it's time to turn around.
In the last episode of Gaim, when no one else could fight, he fought. Willingly. True. And again, in Full Throttle, again, he's the one that charges headlong to go rescue Mai, because who else can? Who else really can besides Takatora at the moment, who he didn't have a belt for like a quarter of that part. Michi stepped up again because he's the only one who can fight. And once more, he did it without a second thought. So, like, he's trying. Ryuga, he's a black version of Ryuki from the episode final, the Ryuki movie. Chase is good. They didn't do much with his character, unfortunately.
I guess, though, kind of playing devil's advocate with him, there kind of wasn't much to do either.
Yeah.
Because since he technically was a prototype Roid Mu designed specifically for the Drive Driver, it's not like they gave him a personality or anything.
Yeah.
So it's one of those we kind of were given a mannequin and expected to do something with him kind of deal.
He works, but he works best with other people.
Yeah.
Then Alan, who's like the best character in that series. X-Aid probably would be Snipe, and you run into like the end of X-Aid problems. And then build, I'd say Grease is your tertiary on that one, and not Rogue.
I would say, yeah.
And Grease.
And I think he kind of falls into that same...
Yeah.
His arc is there, done, and just kind of that's it.
He hangs around to punch people. But yeah, it would have to be Alan, which is weird. It was like, a show I don't particularly like has probably the strongest tertiary writer we've had in this entire franchise. Unless we're counting movie writers, and then I'm like, I want to...
Yeah, movie writers would kind of skew that.
Yeah, because then I'm just like, Skull. I want to say Skull. I'm going to say Skull. Skull's really good. There's a reason
like Skull or Nadeshko.
Yeah,
like, that would kind of be the two.
Yeah, Skull... There's a reason 2/3 of Doubles movies tell Skull's like first and last story, more or less. And then Nadeshko is really good, and there's a reason she got to show up as the tertiary writer of Forestay in the next crossover movie. Anywho, you're ready, so I'm gonna take the stream down, and we're gonna do TGS several hours late.
Yes.
Oops. Be back in a second, folks.